We are on the record in the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Christian Bush, 232276. And good afternoon, sir. Your name for the record.
Christian Bush.
All right. Today's the date scheduled for a jail review on your client's matter. So your client had violated probation on February 14th. The court sentenced your client to 60 days jail. The court suspended it pending review. No new charges, and everything is paid in full. There is, though, however, what seems to be a positive test. You missed on April 16th, tested on April 17th, and was positive in the office. And you're on probation at the 33rd District Court, and they're awaiting confirmation on that. So, counsel?
Your Honor, good afternoon once again for the record. James Farrell, Mr. Bush. Thank you very much for yesterday for contacting me. I had this in as June 14th in my book. That is my fault. I apologize, and I also apologize to Mr. Bush. You had June 14th also from me. Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Bush a lot about this. I'm not sure what's going to happen in 33rd. I'm assuming there will be a violation. In speaking with him, and before we put on the record, Mr. Bush, his whole adult life, he's had a drug abuse issue. He knows he's an addict. He has had stints of incarceration. He has had inpatient stints. He has had stints on probation. He's had stints where he had no supervision, and he is unfortunately used. In speaking with Mr. Bush, and I've represented him a few different times, I can say that he does seem to do best when he is on some sort of supervision with heavy testing. This incident happened here when his testing in 33rd was reduced from 2 times a week to 1 time. I don't know if he's trying to game the system or any of that, but when he's not being monitored, he uses. I understand your options here, as does Mr. Bush. He's been through it all, like I stated. He knows he's an addict. He knows he has a problem. And, we've talked. He knows it's going to continue until he does something different. And he does want to speak on his behalf.
Okay, you may proceed.
Your Honor, I've been an addict for my entire life. I'm not a bad person, as you know.
Are you currently under the influence of something right now?
No, I have a prescription.
I'm sorry?
I have a prescription for Xanax. I take a couple of those.
A couple? How? What is your
little ones?
Well, hold on, sir. What is your dosage per day?
1 milligram.
Okay. Well, 1 milligram is not a couple. I mean,
It's 2 each. It's 2 little.
for each half of a milligram.
And Your Honor, the one other thing that we addressed last time is you can see there's classic underemployment here. You can see from my client's file, he's a bright guy, and he's also a hardworking guy. I mean, there's some functionality to this which doesn't help, but he in representing Christian over the years I've gotten to know him, I like Christian a lot. I want him to do what's best for him, and at this point, I want him to help himself. His parents are usually here, and I know you've noticed them before. His mom shattered her hip.
Yeah,
She was in Brazil, shattered her hip. She's gotten up to Florida where she's in the States now doing rehab, but it was a terrible accident, so they would be here but for that. And he does have their help, even though they don't encourage or are happy with what's going on with his life.
So, sir, you acknowledge that you have an issue. Are you interested in treatment at all?
I actually called a couple places Sunday and Monday, but I just all of it.
I'm sorry, what?
I called a couple of places on Sunday and Monday, and none of them had intake.
For inpatient, Your Honor.
So you want treatment?
Yes, I'm here.
The best way for that's going to be effectuated to make sure that you don't have to worry about somebody calling you back, because this court's gonna sentence you to 60 days in the Wayne County Jail. And I'm going to order you can be tethered to treatment through the Wayne County Jail. And you're gonna get the treatment that you want. Because I do think that that's the only way that's going to save your life. I mean, you're testing positive for fentanyl.
Your Honor, when I did ask him about that, and he was transparent with me, he had taken, which he assumes it had fentanyl.
Right, and so I mean, you have no idea what
You have no idea what you're talking
you have
about.
no idea what people are cutting the drugs with.
Yeah, but yes, that's true. But
All right.
I don't use fentanyl.
I'm sorry?
I don't use fentanyl.
At least not that you know of. Right, okay, you're gonna go through this door right here.
Your Honor, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'll go through. Christian, shield that over. Shield that over. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Okay. Go! Hand me my screen box. Now go. Free.
We have Sean Zac. We have 24548-231957, 236818.
Your Honor, good morning. Richard T. Serrano, P33828, and today I appear, Your Honor, on all matters on behalf of Mr. Zac.
Oh, I'm sorry, 24546. So there's a total of 4 cases. All right.
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct. And I'm appearing on the sentencings as well.
Right, okay. So let's handle the pre-trials first, counsel.
All right.
So on 24546, it's a public intox and open alcohol. And on 24548, disorderly conduct.
Yes, Your Honor, after, has my client been arraigned on all matters?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, he was arraigned on May 6th.
thank you. Your Honor, after speaking to my client and the prosecutor, my client was to avail himself of the offer and that he will plead as charged in disorderly conduct, case number 24-548. Upon the plea being accepted by the court, the motion of the prosecutor would be dismissed the 2 remaining outstanding cases involving the alcohol charges. He's been advised of his rights and he's ready for the court's examination.
Okay, so Mr. Zac, can you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, you heard the plea that your attorney placed on the record, correct?
Correct. Yes.
As to the disorderly conduct, sir, how do you plead?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
Counsel, if you could please run to your client on the disorderly conduct.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Zac, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
On May 6, 2024, in the earlier evening hours, we're in the city of Wyandotte and at the Little Caesars location in that city.
Yes, I was.
Were you at the Okay. And after getting a pizza, you got a little upset with the people in the store, right?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
And then upon leaving, you took the garlic sauce and you threw it at their window and it marred the window. Did not break it, but it got all over the window. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That wasn't accidental, was it?
No.
I'm satisfied.
All right, the court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea per the plea agreement. And counsel, as Mr. Zac's already scheduled to be sentenced on 2 matters today, do you want to proceed with immediate sentencing on those matters as well? And we can combine all of them?
We would appreciate that, Your Honor, because basically what my client wants is going to apply to all his outstanding cases. My client is lying to court for work.
Okay, so as to sentencing, counsel, what I'm going to do is I don't know that there would be anything different added to the pre-sentence investigation report on the current case. So as to the PSI on the matters that were currently scheduled for sentencing today, are there any corrections that need to be made?
No, they're not, Your Honor. If I may just briefly allocate on my client's behalf.
You may.
Thank you. He tells me that he's had a total of 29 days in custody. The court may recall that he did some initial bail time, then he was released on a tether for a while. This is what he's telling you now. And then he ended up back in custody because he picked up these new cases. So, obviously, he's been sober while in custody. He has been living on and off with his girlfriend at one time, but now he feels that when and if he is released, he would be homeless. Even though, Your Honor, he is a qualified card-holding union painter. So he has a good job. It's just a matter of getting out of custody, getting the help that he needs, which is what he wants. He was with Team Wellness for a while. Now he's heard good things and wants to be ordered to what's called Team Jefferson. Your Honor, so if there's some way we can effectuate a sentence that would include his inpatient rehabilitation, he would love to have that. If it's something that he's going to be released, Your Honor, then he would, even if the court doesn't order him, he told me he would check himself into some type of alcohol rehab. Because he definitely thinks he needs it. Your Honor, everything else is accurate. Your Honor, just we would hope he gets on the right track so he can get back to his well-paying job that he had. When he worked, he made $31 an hour. So he wants to get back to that. And of course, he's going to need to if he finds it. That even the court's discretion.
All right, thank you. And so, Mr. Zac, when's the last time that you were employed and working?
The beginning of this year, I came up from, I was actually working in Indiana, and I came up from Marion, Indiana, Kokomo, Indiana, and Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Okay. And are you currently on probation or parole out that way?
No, I am not.
And sir, it appears though you have quite a few warrants out for your arrest because you have failed to take care of those matters. One of which is 46th District Court in Southfield.
That not to interrupt you, but that case is closed. That warrant is for a $900 a court-appointed lawyer fee that they're making me pay because of my wage, how much I was making, and they're not picking me up on it.
Well, sir, that doesn't mean it goes away.
Excuse me?
It means you have to contact the court to set up a hearing on your show cause that you failed to appear for.
Yes, I was gonna set up what is it? A payment plan, Your Honor.
All right, I'm also showing that you've previously absconded from the Wayne County Tether Program. You have a warrant from the 25th District Court since 2022. Looks like a disorderly conduct of some sort. 23rd District Court, you failed to pay for a ticket that you received in 2022. 24th District Court, you failed to appear for a local ordinance violation for urinating in public from 2023. And then Port Huron, the 72nd District Court in 2023, driving a license suspended. They say they will pick you up, but anywhere in the Lower Peninsula, they said they'll be picking you up. We have a previous operating while visibly impaired in 2010. We have a possession of controlled substance charge from 2015. Some other matters from 2011 out of this court, breaking and entering into a vehicle. Felony larceny for motor vehicle, you were bound over to circuit court in 2011. Also in the 20th District Court, 2012, assaulting, resisting, obstructing an officer. We've already spoke about the high BAC out of Southfield. And in this matter, or in this case, one of your matters was dismissed for disorderly public intoxication. Then you have some other matters related to alcohol consumption in public as well. And sir, yes, you are correct. I would agree that you do have an issue with alcohol
I do, Your Honor.
consumption.
I did have 3 years sober, and I'm trying to get back there. I had 60 days sober, and I had 80 some days sober within the last 8 months, and I relapsed approximately 2 weeks ago, and that's when this incident occurred at Little Caesars.
Okay, so
That's what-
I can understand relapse, but not to the detriment of the public. And sir, what happened with your matter in Chicago?
I was
Battery / bodily harm.
I got assault and battery in Chicago. I got into a fight in Chicago.
So you've been in custody in this matter on the original case, where you said that you have been in jail for 29 days?
I had 21 days prior to my alcohol tether, and I have 8 days as of right now.
So you're telling this court that you waited in jail for 21 days to receive your tether?
Yes, I did. I waited 6 days after you had sentenced me to it.
Okay, well, that was on August 10th, sir.
Yes.
This court ordered $5,000 10% bond with an alcohol tether. So 6 days, and you were arrested on the 9th. So that would be, and you saw this court on August 10th. So okay, so 7 days. That's not 21 days. You said it took 6 days after.
So that okay, so that'd be 15 days. I'm sorry.
So here's what the court's going to order. On 231957, the court is going to find that there's not reasonable grounds to depart from MCL 769.5 based on the defendant's criminal history, the number of cases he has in this matter, and the fact that while he was out on bond, he failed to appear for sentencing, and also subsequently then committed these other offenses. And so the court's going to order 60 days jail credit for 16 days jail, or suspend fines and costs.
Thank you. Your Honor, will he be able to attend any rehab program?
Hold on, counsel, I'm not finished.
All right, I'm sorry.
As to case number 23681A, 60 days jail credit for 16. This one is concurrent, these two are concurrent. Now suspend the fines and costs in this manner as well. As to 24548, the court's going to order 60 days jail credit for 9 days. I will order that defendant may be tethered to treatment if requested. To treatment through the Wayne County Jail. We'll waive the fines and costs in this manner. Anything else, counsel?
I have nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, sir, any questions?
Yes. So you're sentencing me to 60 days in jail time.
Yes.
Okay. I could go to rehab through Wayne County, correct?
Correct. If you request it.
Okay. And how do I go about requesting that?
Sir, I'm not sure what the internal process is there, so you would have to speak to one of the deputies there.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Your Honor, and I don't know if the court said that the last charge, 60 days, also concurrent with the others?
Yes, I think I did just state it, but if I did not, I wrote it, but it is concurrent, yes.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Nothing further.
All right, thank you. You have a good day. Sorry, the state of Michigan versus James Smith, 24164.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
John Goldpaw, P 30758, on behalf of Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, could you please put your name on the record?
Jaden Smith,
All right, Mr. Smith, and good morning.
Good
And
morning.
sir, today's supposed to be the date for sentencing, but yet you did not complete a pre-sentence interview nor your needs assessment. I'm sorry, no, you did not. You did your pre-sentence interview, but not the needs assessment. That was given to you on April 4th. It was to be returned, and you were even emailed again on May 13th. Oh no, you just emailed it on May 13th, yesterday.
Yeah, but I didn't get it. And it didn't come through the phone.
What?
It didn't come through the phone.
What didn't come through the phone?
Newspaper.
Okay, sir, so if it didn't come through the phone,
No, because I have got to bring it back. But
I
it was gonna send it through the phone, but it never came, so I brought it back.
okay, I'm not understanding, counsel.
Your Honor, it appears that he brought them today. He indicated it didn't come through the phone. He received this, a hard copy, is that correct? And then he brought it back today with him. He knows he was supposed to do it, but he didn't do it. So we're asking for an adjournment so he can provide the needs assessment and speak to probation.
Well, probation's going to give you that new date, sir, based upon their schedule back there. When's the last time you tested, sir? I ordered you to random testing on April 4th.
Where?
Sir, on April 4th, I accepted your plea and I set this matter for sentencing May 15th. I also ordered you not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. You're subjected to random testing. Did you ever even go back to the probation department?
No,
Well, that's the first problem. I ordered you to go over to probation.
I went to probation, but I didn't come back for the test.
Sir, if you're to test today, what's in your system?
Nothing.
All right, you're going to test today. You're going to make sure that your random testing is set up. You should have been testing since April 4th. Bond and conditions are continued. We'll see you back for your sentencing date.
Your Honor, he's to go around to probation immediately, and at this point in time, he will set up for his testing. You understand that? Yes. They will tell you how to do this and make sure it's your officer is going to take you around. You understand that? Yes. Okay? You'll get a new date for us to come back. You will receive information from the court, and I need you to provide me with email address.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have you do that off the record. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Off the record.
Thank you, Your Honor.
She's okay. She's supposed to have her tether removed.
All right. This is the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus Erica Bond. 24353.
Good morning, Richard T. Serrano, P3382 attorney on behalf of my client. Who appears to my right. Please state your name, ma'am.
Erica Bond.
All right, good morning. And today's the date scheduled for a bond violation hearing, as well as a sentencing on your client's plea to possession of controlled substance. And counsel, as to the bond violation hearing, let's handle that one first. That's alleged. So your client was ordered to test, to random testing. She was also ordered not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. And it's alleged that on her test of April 24th, she tested positive for narco and marijuana. Claims she has a prescription for narco and a medical marijuana card, but never provided a current prescription. And also did not submit to testing on May 9th.
Your Honor.
So as to the bond violations, counsel, how is your client pleading?
Your Honor, I guess we would call it guilty with an explanation. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, wait, let's clarify. Your Honor, when the court is ready, I will present the reason why she did not appear on May 9th. Although she did not appear, she had pretty good reasons.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
And you've heard the allegations for the bond violation, correct?
Yes, I did.
And as to those allegations, ma'am, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty with an
Okay.
explanation.
I'll handle the explanation in just a few
Okay.
moments.
Okay.
And counsel, if you can please run to your client on this matter.
As to the bond violation, Ms. Bond, you agree that you were ordered by the court to submit to a drug test on May 9th, 2024.
Yes.
All right, would you? All right. And you went the day after, May 10th, 2024.
Yes. and I-
Did you in fact test on that?
Yes,
day?
I did.
Was it a urine test?
Yes, it was.
And what is the reason you want the court to know why you did not appear on May 9th?
The 9th, my kids were sent home from school. I have their things from the urgent care, and the next day, my daughter after was sent home from school. They've been very sick. They have a flu bug or something. I have the papers right here, and also I went too, because I caught it. I only had it for about 2 days, thank God.
Okay, hold on. What time were they sent home from school?
I have the paper tonight.
We also have paperwork. Right?
I have it Friday. She was sent home at 8:57.
Okay, Friday was May 10th.
Yeah, the day after. I'm saying this was like a 3-day thing. The day before I was testing, the day I tested, and the day after she was sent home. It was like a bug that, thank God I only got it for like 2 days, but they got it back.
It was April 25th.
That's April 25th. Okay, so that's,
I don't see anything about how this would affect her not showing up for testing on May 9th.
About May 9th.
yeah, I do have it.
Well,
So they were sick, April 25th and 26th, and then again, the same thing on May 9th.
Yeah, she's actually home again today. My oldest, there's something going on with her. I have to take her to a specialist or something.
Okay, but ma'am, again, my question is, how old is your daughter?
She's 15.
Okay, all right, and so you couldn't leave to go get testing?
Well, no, I had all 3 of them. All 3 of them got sick. I had to take all 3 of them to urgent care.
Okay, but ma'am, my question is this, testing is I believe it starts at 6 a.m.
Yes.
until 9, and then again in the evening.
My mother just had surgery on Monday, and eye surgery.
Just last Monday?
Yeah, the Monday before I was supposed to test, I was supposed to test Wednesday. She couldn't drive. She
You're
just
supposed to
had
test Thursday.
she couldn't drive for 3 days. Okay, so I couldn't ask her for a ride. She couldn't even deal with the kids. That is why I had to share. Her health is really deteriorating. That she's at the doctor's right now. She wanted to be here with me.
Okay, but how'd you get here today?
She dropped me off. She's at the doctor's right now, actually seeing the doctor.
And you didn't have anybody else that could take you, ma'am?
No, I'm literally, when I was here the last time for my OUI, I have not gotten in trouble with you guys in years. That was the first time I was in trouble.
But ma'am,
And
my
boss
question is
died.
about, my question is
The
about
guy
somebody,
that was here, my boss died.
my question is about somebody that would be able to take you.
That was my old boss. He took me everywhere. He just died.
Okay, well, what about, Uber, Lyft?
Uber, yes,
Bike.
that's gonna be my only option
Bus.
right now, is an Uber.
Okay, where's your valid prescription for Norco?
Right, I have everything right here, ma'am.
give me that.
Everything.
Give me the prescription. She's already seen them.
Here's this is for the Dronabinol, this is for the THC,
Oh,
the Norco is
Norco.
in here.
Okay.
This is all of my prescriptions, she can have it all,
Okay.
okay?
Page 2.
It has the Norco, the gabapentin, and the Xanax that I am prescribed, which I do not take them all the time, just as needed.
And also the prescription THC pills, correct? You're
Yes,
prescribed.
yes, I'm prescribed them because of my weight loss. And I have my.
What's Dronabinol? What is it?
That's the, what it's called.
What's called?
The pill, it's Dronabinol, it's a THC pill for weight loss. That's from my primary care physician. I also have my medical marijuana card if you need that.
Well, ma'am, you're supposed to have submitted all this to probation.
I had that.
Ma'am, let me finish,
Sorry,
please.
I'm sorry.
You were supposed to have submitted all this to probation. And you,
Submit that to Marcy.
When?
I was on probation for my OUI.
no, ma'am.
The newest things. Did you give that to probation?
I haven't been sentenced to probation.
Ma'am, let me clarify. You're testing randomly. Your drug test, so you had to set that all up through probation. You're on bond. You were ordered for random testing. You set that up through probation.
I'm sorry, I did not
You
know that.
You went to probation to set it up.
No, I didn't. I didn't, I'm sorry, I did not go to probation. I thought I was only supposed to test on the 9th when I came here, and I was coming back to court the 15th. That is what my understanding was.
Well, you tested April 24th.
And I'm completely good. There's nothing in my system, you can look.
Ma'am, please stop talking for a moment. Please listen to what I'm saying, because you're hurt, you want to talk, but you don't want to listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm listening.
When you were in this court ordered as a condition of your bond,
Okay,
not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed.
yes,
The court also ordered you to participate in random testing, which you've been doing. That random testing was set up, or you got the information through probation,
okay,
correct?
okay, yes,
Is that correct?
yes,
Okay, so whatever medications you were on previously, you can't presume that Ms. Shine or probation department still has it. So the note I have here is that you had a prescription and you didn't provide it. You didn't provide the current one to probation.
I'm sorry. Yes, that is my fault. I'm sorry. I should have just given her that paper instead of the lengthy paper like I gave you of all my other prescriptions. I think that's what threw her off. I'm so sorry. That's my fault. That is my fault.
This is supposed to tell me what your medication is there.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's lengthy and it's hard to understand. I should have had them print me out something that was easier for you guys to.
You understand, Ms. Bond, during the pendency of your contact with this court, you have probation department advised any new drugs to be prescribed,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, and I've been put on no new drugs, nothing. Everything has stayed the same.
Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. You need to turn that over to probation, but
Yes,
I am going to find you, accept your plea of guilty for the bond violation, specifically that you didn't go test on May 9th.
I did test the 10th, ma'am, and you guys will have the results, and I know they're good.
And I'll address the sentencing on that matter in just one moment. Counsel asked the sentencing on your client's plea to possession of controlled substance.
Your Honor, we have reviewed the pre-sentence report. It is factually accurate. Your Honor, she's the sole provider for her 3 children. As she stated, her mother's quite ill. She's the primary caregiver for her mother when she's not hospitalized. My client obviously has many medical issues, Your Honor, that she's seeing her primary physicians and specialists for. The recommendation is incarceration. Your Honor, the court may recall she did you say 20 days, ma'am? 20 days on the previous case of the alcohol charge. Your Honor, my client's not taking these drugs to get high, so to speak. She's prescribed these drugs. She has serious medical conditions. If she's incarcerated, Your Honor, there will be no one to take care of her children, no one to take care of her mother. We ask the court to consider some alternative. If the court's concerned about drugs or alcohol, increase your testing or give her a tether. But Your Honor, don't incarcerate her today. It will pretty much upset her medical treatment as well as her children who seem to be having trouble getting to school, etc. So there's some real fallout that would happen, Your Honor. But again, I told my client this is up to the court. This is part of the punishment if she does not obey the court's orders to the letter. She understands that, Your Honor. We hope the court can consider it. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, fair.
Are you still on probation, ma'am?
No,
Who's the friend that you have with you here today?
this is my friend Brianna. I actually help her take care of her child that's autistic, and she is kind of trying to help me get places, but she just got into a car accident.
Ma'am, please, all I did was ask who she was. I just want to know what her name was. I don't need a whole history. I understand that you want to provide that to the court, and I can appreciate that, but
I just wanted to let you know who she was, why she's here today.
right, well, she was also in the vehicle with you as well.
Do you live with her?
No, I do not. I reside with my children.
I'm going to order 60 days jail. Court's going to suspend the jail. We're going to do a jail review July 23rd. All right, the court's going on the bond violation, order increased testing. As to the fines and costs, the court's going to order a $300 fine, $100 screening assessment fee, cost of prosecution $300, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50, so $825. Do you have any of that to pay today?
I do not. I just paid all that bond after the 20 days. After I did the 20 days, it cost me a lot of money just for the bond to get out, and I'm trying to work and
Okay, well, we can apply the bond.
okay.
So,
Yeah, that's
all right. So there's $675 that's left to be applied because there's a 10% on there. So on the balance of $150, when can you make that payment?
can I be put on a payment plan, ma'am?
Can you pay $50 a month, Mitch?
Yeah, yes, I could do that. Or like $20 a week or something I could come in.
We'll do $50 per month. What date of the month works best?
Could we do it towards the end of the month, maybe like the 25th?
Can you begin at May 25th?
Yeah.
All right,
I know it's soon, but I'll get it.
have a seat in probation. They'll get you your new information regarding the testing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Have a good day. All right, we're gonna go off the record for a moment. Okay, and so we are recalling the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Sergio Ramirez, 232-495. And counsel, your appearance, please.
Your Honor, for the record, counsel, 4P30758.
All right, and sir, your name for the record, please.
Sergio Ramirez.
I think I do apologize for your delay. I know we did try calling this a little bit earlier, and Mr. Glopal was with another client. And today's the date scheduled for sentencing on your client's plea to possession of drug paraphernalia.
That's correct, Your Honor. Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report. There are one addition, though it's pointed out. Though the court ordered him to submit 20 job applications. He immediately went out, submitted one, and got a full-time job. And I think the documentation is in that report.
Well, look at that, fantastic.
All right.
I'm not gonna take any credit for that because you applied for it yourself, but
At least
I
you
just
did.
want to take credit for the motivation to do that.
Yeah, thank you. That's fair.
And Your Honor, other than that, there are no additions, deletions, or corrections to be made with respect to this. We would ask that he is eligible for early release, and also he is eligible under 771.1. As I've indicated, Your Honor, we ask that the recommendation be done.
Okay, and sir, if you were to test today, what is in your system?
Just
I'm sorry?
THC.
Okay, do you have a valid prescription for that?
No.
Okay, and so when's the last time you used marijuana?
2 weeks ago.
Okay. So, do you recall on April 3rd when I ordered you not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed?
Yes.
Okay, so when I said that, what did you hear?
That I heard that exactly, but I just thought that it wouldn't be bad until about sentencing.
Did you hear me say
No.
anything about that?
No.
No, it was that day.
Right.
It was effective that day. Would anything else show up in your system, sir?
No, ma'am.
As to the recommendation, counsel.
Your Honor, we ask the recommendation be adopted as indicated. He's gainfully employed, he understands, and we've addressed this issue again regarding the marijuana, that it meant forever, not just when he was to be placed.
Well, not forever, just while he's under court supervision,
The court
which hopefully isn't forever, so.
No, that's correct, Your Other than that, Your Honor, we have no, corrections or other than the fact that he's now gainfully employed, and he's taking the correct steps to make sure he turns his life around and resolves all of his issues. I would also indicate that he does, because he's now employed, would be able to make substantial payments plus his cash.
Okay, so sir, I see that you've been using marijuana regularly since the age of 15. Okay.
Yeah.
So your attorney stated that you know, based on your conversations, that you want to, you know, turn your life around a little bit and maybe take a different path. Now, I understand that some schools have thought that marijuana isn't addictive or anything of that nature. Okay. I'm not going to get into the science of that or not, right? People get addicted to chocolate, caffeine, pop, cigarettes, baby, whatever it may be, right? So at some point, there is an addictive component to marijuana. And since you're a regular user of it, right, that's something that you have to work on and not use continuously.
Yeah. I've recently been trying, but I just failed to now that I know that I have to be on it, like probation and not do that, I know 100%.
Okay.
In trouble.
Well, right, because if you're violating, you could be in jail. And if you're in jail, you won't have your job, and then you'd be right back at square one.
And not only that, if you violate, then you would not be successfully completing this program, and you would not be able to have this matter dismissed under section.
Correct.
That's the important. Besides.
Right, not the fact that you'd be violating a court order. The important part is that you could have it dismissed
Well,
later.
it would be, Your Honor, because by violating the court order, he's going to end up with a criminal conviction.
Right. John thinks that the court order is important. All right,
You know what I mean.
I know. All right, anything else?
Okay.
All right, the court will note that after hearing from counsel, hearing from Mr. Tapia Ramirez, and reviewing the report, the recommendation, the police report, the criminal history or lack thereof, that there is reasonable grounds for Department MCL 769.5. The court is going to order 12 months probation. You're eligible for early discharge. I'll go over that shortly. You're also eligible under 771.1 status. You're not to violate any criminal law of any government. You're not to leave the state without the consent of the court. You are to report truthfully to your probation officer as often as your probation officer may require, in person, writing, or virtually. You're to notify your probation officer immediately of any change in address or employment status. You're not to use any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. You'll be subjected to random testing.
Right.
Hear all that?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Did I give like a condition as to when that's going to start?
Nope.
Okay. The rehabilitative goal for that condition, so the court can monitor your progress in maintaining abstinence and sobriety. You will have to enroll and participate in outpatient substance use counseling. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is to assist you in providing coping mechanisms so that you may maintain sobriety and prevent relapse. You have to attend the FAN meetings once per month. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is so that you can get additional support services as well as recovery resources. 5 days on the court workforce. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is to help you further develop work and life skills and get back to the community. And you're going to either receive your GED or your high school diploma, whichever program you're eligible for. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is to help you learn additional skills that would increase your ability for higher employment and broaden your knowledge as well. Okay? The motivation to get a job works really well, so let's finish it out.
Most definitely.
Okay? All right, any questions regarding the terms and conditions?
Yeah, is there like the AA class that you guys assigned me to, or could I just go to anyone? Or?
I didn't order a
Oh.
the outpatient substance use counseling.
Outpatient.
You'll get all that information from probation. I know I went through it very quickly, but you also have some time to go through that with probation.
Okay.
Okay? All right, as to the fines and costs, the court's going to order a $300 fine, $100 screening assessment fee, $600 supervision oversight fee. That's $50 a month at 12 months. Since you're eligible for early discharge, up to half of that may not be due. $300 for the cost of prosecution, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee $50, $200 for the court workforce, so $1,625. And you did post a $500 bond. Do you have any other money to pay today, sir?
Yes, he does, Your Honor.
Okay, how much do you have to pay today?
300 or 400.
Okay, which one do you wanna do, 3 or 400? All right, and so then that's a total of $900 that will be applied today. And so then on your balance of $725, good luck to you, sir. Please have a seat over in probation.
Okay,
Somebody will be with you in just a little bit.
thank you.
On the record in the matter of the city of Wyandotte is John Ryan, 232576A. Okay, so
Can I just,
well, I'm a little bit confused because, well, I mean, there shouldn't be confusion, but all I'm saying is that I don't have any, did you talk to Mr. Cayley on this?
I've talked to Mr. Kelly on a number of occasions.
All right, there's nothing in this file here.
I understand that, John.
Okay,
So I looked at that.
well, okay, place your appearance on the record, please.
John Goldfarb, P30758, on behalf of,
Okay,
Ramirez.
okay, all right. Okay, so this matter, your client previously entered into a plea.
Right.
This was not scheduled for sentencing. We adjourned it a couple of times. He goes back and forth to Canada for work.
That's correct.
And because of this, he would not be able to travel until after the 771.1. So I thought he was eligible under 771.1.
Well, he was not, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Oh, was not, no.
We weren't aware.
And so then there is a motion to withdraw the plea that was filed, although not timely, and the court still, we adjourned this to May 15th.
Correct, Your Honor. And I spoke to Mr. Kelly on a number of occasions between that date regarding my motion to withdraw.
Okay, I'm sorry, just one moment. Mr. Cayley, can you please place your appearance on the record, or can you just come into the court, whichever?
Good morning, Judge Roger Cayley on behalf of the people of the city of Wyandotte.
All right, thank you. And so were you filing an answer to Mr. Gopal's motion?
No, Judge, I didn't have any objection. Leave it to the court's discretion. I know it wasn't timely filed, but I am willing to retry the case again with Mr. Goldpaul if the court is satisfied with that.
Okay, and counsel, just for future reference, if you're not objecting, even if you could just file a pleading that would indicate that you're not objecting to the motion, just so the file is complete in that regard. And so, Mr. Gopal, did you pre-try the matter with Mr. Cayley?
We did briefly, Your Honor. We spoke about this matter. Mr. Kelly, and I was hoping for something because of the circumstances and the dealings with Canada. Mr. Kelly has been kind enough to at least allow us to amend the charge to disorderly conduct. At least under those circumstances, in the research I've done, this would not deal with a crime dealing with weapons, and would more than likely allow Mr. Ryan a greater opportunity. I was hoping, and I can speak to Mr. Kelly regarding this, if the court will allow us a couple of minutes, to see if we could do something of a non-criminal nature, and then increase any costs and fines by, as opposed to a civil fine or infraction.
Okay, so let me, okay,
And to Mr. Kelly.
let me do this. Mr. Gopal filed a motion to withdraw the plea. The people did not object to it. The court did review it, and the court does recall Mr. Ryan being present, and the reason why, the basis for the plea, the withdrawal of the plea for the motion was based upon the unknown or unintended consequences regarding Mr. Ryan's ability to travel back and forth across the border. So the court will go ahead and grant the motion, even though it was not timely filed.
Appreciate it, sure.
There's not a written response, but Mr. Cayley stated on the record that the people do not object to withdrawing the plea.
Let me ask the court a question. I understand that the court and the recommendation was for denial of 771.1. That was the whole hope when this was initially instigated.
Well, but, Council, let me just stop you there. Even if it was under 771.1, it still enters as a conviction, and then upon successful completion, it shows dismissed. So for the time frame that it would show on Mr. Ryan's criminal record, he wouldn't be permitted to go into Canada, it sounds like.
That's what it appears. But I guess what I was saying, Your Honor, and I understand it, would the court consider accepting, when you read the statute, it says the court may. And it may means it's eligible. And it only lists certain cases or certain crimes which court cannot consider 771.1. Weapons charges, this was not a firearm, brass knuckles.
Right, but it's still a weapons offense.
It's still a weapons, but it doesn't put the weapons offense standing alone under 771.1 is not one which the court is not given the opportunity. Only murder and treason and all those things. Would the court consider a plea to disorderly conduct still under 771.1 under these circumstances?
Well, counsel, I think you're kind of bringing me into the negotiation,
Well, it's
plea
not
negotiation, which I can't be part of.
Okay. I guess my court, no matter what we negotiate, would the court consider 771 based on its ability?
Judge, the people would offer that, however, subject to his eligibility for 771, as determined by the court.
Right, well, your client already has a disorderly conduct from 2019.
Right.
So, I mean, why would I grant a 771.1 when he already has one out there?
Asking. I mean, if the court, I mean, the terms and conditions are the same, and I just bring that to the court's attention because of the circumstances. And the statute read, they may or may not. I understand the original reason was because of his prior 771.
Okay.
Only 4 years ago.
Well, I understand that, but no matter which way you slice it, I don't even have anything in here between you and Mr. Cayley with any agreement.
I understand.
Whether it's a non-criminal offense or anything, so I need the two of you to chat, which I thought you guys already did today.
Well, we talked, yes, and I'm just bringing this up now.
Okay, all right, so the two of you are gonna have to chat again. And I guess we'll adjourn it for a week, given that your client's already been here for 4 hours. That way it gives you and Mr. Cayley time to hash it out and have a discussion, whichever way it may be. Does next week work for you, sir?
We have to make a determination or wait for your decision on the motion. So I really couldn't talk.
I did. Okay, well, I did grant the motion, so we will now set this for final pretrial, May 22nd.
That's fine, Judge.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you, Al. Thank you for
Okay.
your consideration.
And so, what time works best? I'm gonna leave it to Mr. Ryan, he's been here all morning.
I know he has.
Usually is, so, would you prefer to come in the morning or would you prefer to come later morning?
Whenever you wanna see. Morning is fine.
We'll have this resolved.
Okay,
Thank you, Al.
all right, so let's do 9:45.
Thank you, Al.
All right, bonding conditions are continued. The matter of City of Wyandotte versus Ernest Domenic, 24W66816 and 66813. All right, your name, please?
Ernest Dominique.
Oh, Dominique, I apologize. You can adjust the microphone so you don't have to reach up so far. Okay, can you say that one more time, please?
Ernest Dominique.
Okay, and ma'am, your name, please? Can you please state and spell your first and last names?
AMANBAHASAINS.
Okay. And, Mr. Dominique, you have 2 citations, one from April 16th and one from April 17th, alleging prohibited conduct. One is at Wilson Middle School, and the other one's at the high school. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so, and you spoke to the prosecuting attorney today, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, the prosecuting attorney is recommending to dismiss the one at the high school, and you're going to be pleading responsible to the one from the middle school. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. And, Ernest, you understand the allegation, correct?
Yes.
As to the allegation of prohibited conduct or fighting, how do you plead? Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Okay, so tell me what it is that you did that you would be responsible for prohibited conduct.
Fighting.
Who'd you fight with? So you were there, your mom wasn't there, was she? No, so she's not answering for you. I'm asking you the questions.
A kid.
Okay,
Oh, his name?
sure.
Brad J. Now.
Okay, and how do you know Brad?
From school.
Okay. Do the two of you, are you friends?
No.
No. Okay, so why did you fight Brad?
Because he kept like messing with me and then
Okay, what does messing with me mean?
like kept like poking me and stuff.
Like physically poking you?
Yes.
Okay, and was it that day or was it some other day?
Some other day.
Okay, so what did you do after he continued to poke you?
I fought him.
Did you ask anybody in administration or any teachers for assistance in dealing with it?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
So how was it that the two of you ended up in the bathroom at the same time?
Because I was walking with one of my friends and then I was going to the bathroom and then he walked in.
So you were in there first?
No, he went in there and then I went in.
Okay, and I know that the other matter is being dismissed, but how do you know Mr. Paul?
From like the school too.
Okay, so why did you have a problem with Colton Paul?
Same reasons as Brad.
He pokes you also?
No, he like just kept messing with me.
Okay, what does that mean?
Like shoving me and like kept talking like about me and stuff.
Okay, so you didn't speak to anybody else about how to handle it?
No.
Had you told your mom what was going on?
Yes.
When did you tell your mom?
A few days after.
Okay, right. So, I understand that you're angry about that. But clearly that isn't the way to resolve the issue, is it?
No.
No, because you're here, and I don't think they are they?
No.
No. All right, the court does find the plea as knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. And, how old are you?
12.
12. You're in 6th grade?
Yes.
And so how do you sort of propose handling any issues you may have in the future with these individuals?
Tell like at all.
Right. Were there any injuries that occurred?
No.
Did somebody have a bloody lip?
No.
No, not at all. And so how's Ernest at home?
He's good.
How are your grades, Ernest?
Pretty good.
What does pretty good mean?
Like A's and C's.
Okay.
He was an honor roll student until he got the 10 days suspension.
So next time you have an issue with somebody, sir, what's the way you're going to resolve it?
Telling it all.
Right. Right. So All right. Well, the court's going to, accept your plea of responsible, and I'm going to order a $100 fine. How are you going to pay that? Don't look to your mom, she didn't get in the fight.
My money.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order 100 hours of community service. So you have to volunteer or what have you, right? There's some options, maybe your mom might have some options, you can stop at probation, they may have some options. Okay? Is that yes?
Yes.
And I'm going to say that that has to be turned in, you have to be completed with that by July 26th. That gives you 2 months, a little over 2 months to get it all done.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have you stop over probation, they're gonna tell you where you need to submit the proof of that community service. Okay? All right, let's not have that happen again.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. City of Wyandotte versus Evan Wright, 24W. All right, and Evan, your name, please.
Evan Road.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. And sir, your name, please.
Chad Ron.
Okay, can you spell your first name, please?
CHAD.
Okay. And you are Evan's
Father.
okay. Evan, you're here today because you received a citation for prohibited conduct at the high school on March 6th, correct?
Yes.
Spoke to the prosecuting attorney today, correct?
Yes.
And you're going to be pleading responsible, is that your understanding?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear from the testimony you're about to give this to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
All right, and so you may lower your hand. And sir, as to the allegation that you engaged in prohibited conduct, how do you plead, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, tell me what it is you did that you are responsible for prohibited conduct.
Fighting.
Okay, give me a little bit more detail, please.
I got in a fight at the high school.
Why?
He said he was like, we're in the bathroom, he said he was like gonna jump me, like get people to jump me.
Who's he?
Hayden Kelly.
Okay. So that's the only reason that you fought.
Well, he was like, my friend said he was saying stuff about me too. But I don't know if that's true.
So what if he's saying something about you? You think that is a reason to hit his head up against the brick wall?
No.
And punch him multiple times?
No.
Because what it says here is that you told the officer that you thought that he didn't stole your vape from the locker room.
Well, he said he did, but.
And so you're going to assault somebody over a vape that you're not even allowed to have legally? Is that your reaction to things, sir?
No.
Yes, that's what happened.
Yeah.
So you're very, very fortunate that there wasn't more, there wasn't some long-term effects or some significant injuries to Mr. Kelly. Because you're looking at felony charges, quite frankly. Even as is, you're looking at felony charges. And I don't know for the life of me why you weren't charged with felony charges. You're 15. You're 15. And that's how you react to something. How is he at home, Mr. Ryan?
He's a good kid at home. He has a job. He has some friends that he hangs out with when he's not at work and stuff, and helps out around the house. So.
Where do you work, sir?
Trentwood Farms.
And if you were to test today, what's in your system? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order you to participate in anger management class. And then we'll adjourn the sentencing to July 31st. So please have the seat over probation and somebody will be with you shortly. All right? And just for the record, the court does find the plea as knowing and volunteering, factually accurate. We're on the record matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Matthew Sanderlin. And sir, your name for the record, please.
Matthew Sanderlin.
All right, thank you for addressing appropriately for court. And your name, ma'am?
Trainer Woodward.
Can you spell your first and all of your names that you just placed on the record, please?
Katrina, last name WE-WAR.
Okay. And so, Matthew, you're here today because it's alleged that you had possession of a vape at the high school on March 11th of 2024. And you got the prosecuting attorney. The prosecuting attorney says that you're going to be being responsible, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and add to the allegation you testified that you possess a vape at school, how do you plead?
Responsible, Your Honor.
Please tell the court what it is that happened, sir.
I was in gym class and I brought a vape to school in my backpack, and it was after first hour had ended and we were all in the locker room changing and I was hitting it, and one of my teachers walked back and seen that and he called my principal.
All right, how old are you?
17.
So that's under 21, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. And what's the legal age to use vapes?
21.
Right. So why in the world do you even have one in your possession?
It was a bad decision, right?
Oh yes, clearly, because you're here. Why did you have it in your possession? No, don't tell me you don't know. You do know. Because you either purchased it or you took it from somebody.
I purchased it, Your Honor.
Okay, and where did you purchase it from?
Vape.
Correct. The one right there, yep. They're a big problem. So, you went into the store and you purchased it. So don't tell me you don't know why you had it in your possession. Because you made a conscious choice to take money and go buy it.
Yes, sir.
And then put it in your backpack and take it to school with you. And then take it out of your backpack. So you can't tell me you don't know why. Because you made all those conscious choices. So let me re-ask my question. Why are you using a vape? Okay, fair enough. That's why there's an age, sir. There's a minimum age to utilize it because the statute presumes individuals that are 21 are mature enough to use it or developed enough or what have you, I don't know. When did you start vaping?
A year or two ago, Your Honor.
And when did your mom find out you started vaping?
Just recently when I got caught in school, Your Honor.
And so how do you purchase the vapes?
I walk to the store or I just walk in there and I buy it.
Okay, how do you get them? Let me clarify. How do you get the money?
I have a job, Your Honor.
And where do you work? And do you get to keep 100% of your paycheck?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
Did you get to keep 100% of your paycheck?
No, Your Honor.
And so if you were to test what's in your system?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Not even any nicotine, not any vape oil, nothing?
No.
When's the last time you used a vape, sir?
When I got caught that day, Your Honor.
So you're addicted for a year or two and all of a sudden you can quit cold turkey?
It's hard and I've been really stressed and it's not helping me emotionally, but yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And so Miss Lee Ward, right? What, how are things at home?
He's not home.
I'm sorry?
He's never home.
Where is he?
He's either working with his girlfriend or at school.
Okay. And so he doesn't sleep at home?
when I'm able to make him use.
What does that mean?
That means when he decides to come home and stay home and be nice, it's bigger than me. So when he stays the night at his girlfriend's, which I do not allow, or he'll stay with his friend Todd.
Okay, so he's bigger than you. Okay. What does that
That means when I want him to stay home, he does what he wants.
Are you the parent, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Then why are you calling the shots? You do know. I don't want to hear I don't know, because you make a decision and then you follow through on that decision. So don't tell me you don't know.
Because I'm not, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So what can you do about that?
Work more with my parents, Your Honor.
Right, you don't get to just not go home. You don't have that right, sir, to just not go home. Have you ever told your parents you're not happy at home?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, ma'am?
We're working on it.
What does that mean, we're working on it?
We started therapy, one day at a time. Been speaking with his principal. He sits in with Mr. Stoner at the high school. Sometimes he speaks with him. And my father helping me do what I can.
Okay, he wants to say something, so you can come up. But I need you to please state and spell your first and last names for the record.
Michael Keithley,
Can you spell your first and last names, please?
Michaelee.
Did you say Keithley?
Lee, Lee.
Oh, Michael Lee?
Yes.
I thought you said Michael Keithley.
No,
That's his
the
name.
middle name is Keith.
Oh, Keith Lee, okay, all right. Not the last name Keithley, okay. And we'll take the court to know, sir.
I'm his grandfather, and when his mother's in distress, she calls me. She can't handle it no more when he takes off, does what he wants. She calls me, and I can get him and bring him home. And I was born and raised in River Rouge, and I've been down these roads that he's headed for, and I'm gonna do anything and everything I can to stop him from doing what he's doing to his mother and to himself.
So, sir, I understand that you're not happy, right? There are many kids that are not happy at home for various reasons. You're not the only one, right? But just leaving home when you're told not to, that's not working so well, is it?
No, Your Honor.
In fact, I think it sounds like it's creating more issues. So you have to be home. You have to sleep at home.
I understand.
Is there something that's physically unsafe about being home?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then you need to be home. Your mom, and you said you have your mom and your dad at home?
Not that.
Oh, you said parents, so I'm sorry.
Stepdad.
Okay, kind of?
It's not really there for me.
Well, okay, so are you a married man?
Yeah, we've been together for 17 years and married for 7.
Okay, so it sounds as though you don't really care for him.
I do not.
Okay, so is he part of the family therapy?
Not at the moment. We just started.
Okay.
So we're working on that.
Okay. So, okay, here's what I'm going to order. I'm going to order that you have to continue with family therapy. I'm going to order that you have a curfew, sir. What time do you typically get off work?
About 10 o'clock.
Okay. And you don't live too far from work.
My work's on the other side of Wyandotte here.
I know where the vault is. I know where your house is. I know where your street's at. All right, I mean, it shouldn't take more than half an hour to get there, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So your curfew is 10:30 PM. What time do you leave for school?
7 in the morning for
Okay.
school year.
All right, to 7 AM. Monday through Friday. Well, Sunday through Friday. And we're going to see how that goes. And we're going to set this for review on June 18th. And I'm also going to have you work with the Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries. So you'll stop at probation, they'll give you that information. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
She also does stuff at the high school as well. So you can have that additional resource during the day as well. Okay, and then we'll see you back on June 18th. All right.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day. All right, this is the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Jaden Purdue Henderson, 23R 357773. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Jaden Purdue Henderson.
Okay, so I need you to speak directly into the microphone.
Jaden Purdue Henderson.
All right, thank you. And I know I just saw you yesterday, ma'am. Your name for the record, please.
Maria Montero Diaz.
Okay. And so, today's the date scheduled for a review because you've been participating in Recovery Detroit with the Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries, correct? Yes?
Yes, sure.
All right, so how's that going?
It's good. I haven't talked to Hannah in a couple of weeks. It's been like 2 weeks, but other than that, it's been fine.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Recovery Detroit. I'm sorry. Originally it was the Detroit Rescue Mission Recovery. Oh no, Recovery Detroit. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Looking at the wrong note. And so you're almost done, right?
Yeah, I think Hannah said we have a couple more weeks, but
Okay.
I talked to her about that, and she said I like her a lot because she's just like she's easily
Easy to talk to?
Yeah.
Good. And she's not your mom.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I had asked her, can we still, kind of continue talking after, and she said yeah. So
Good. Very good. And so, Ms. Montero Diaz, how are things going at home?
Well, things are usually with Jaden like pretty good, and then he'll hit a blockade, and then we'll be back into the same exact position that we were in that got him here. So I'm not really quite sure moving forward what to do.
So is there
I've
recently?
already done a lot.
Has there recently been a blockade?
Yeah.
Okay, what's that?
He did not go to school again on Monday, so it's something that I'm having an issue with. And he took some money from me not that long ago, so.
So Jaden, let's talk about the school.
I did.
Sorry?
I did want. I was just. I had not slept so good, and I did end up falling back to sleep. I take ADHD medicine, and without it, I'm kind of tired. And I didn't take it that morning when I got up, and I just fell back to sleep.
What time did you go to bed the night before?
30. I wake up for school at 8:30.
What time do you start school?
10.
He's in that virtual program,
Right.
so he goes from 10 to 12.
What do you do after 12 o'clock?
Usually I'll like go to the gym, but if not, I'll just come home.
Okay. All right, and so what about the money?
I had gotten intimidated into.
I'm sorry?
I had seen it, and I just got tempted, and I told my mom sorry.
Okay, we told your mom sorry. Did you give it back to her?
And I didn't have the
How much did you take?
$100.
$100, where do you need $100 for?
It was for something.
It's for what?
It was for a game.
A game? What kind of game?
It was like to get something on the actual game.
And I don't know what that means.
It was like to buy something on the game. Like you go on the game and buy it.
Right, but you can't buy it with $100 cash.
Yeah, you gotta buy a gift card.
Oh, so you want to
Like
use
a-
it,
like
what,
a-
like
like
Xbox
online.
card or something, or? Okay. Okay, you owe your mom $100. You work?
I'm gonna get a job this one.
Why aren't you working right now?
I don't know what's happening with the program I'm in. It's like I get a job and then I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I just got, set up yesterday with that one. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of it, but it's like a work-related program where they put him into a job, but it also counts towards credits for school.
Okay. All right, we're going to adjourn this to July 10th. Let's see how much you paid your mom back and what else is going on, okay?
Is there any way that I can just ask one more question? He did test negative when you told him last time for a random test. I don't know if because he tested negative that she has not dropped him, but I would so greatly appreciate it if he could do random drug tests.
Well, your request is granted, random drug test. You can test right now, what's gonna be in your system. Good, all right, you're gonna test right now, so going over to probation, and we will do that, and we'll see you back on July 10th.
Thank you.
Cool, to be on.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. This is a joke. Today is an absolute joke. We need an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
It's a joke. Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Reed? We're going to start bringing people in person. People are going to learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
I have no patience for that. Trust me, out of the day, I'm going to be, I'm the one that needs the drink.